That means it's a headshot to finish things off. A pan blocks a bolt. I don't know whose bolt got blocked. That was a very, very bold move. Hold your breath. Sexy shots. There's at least 4 different teams here still racing around on the bike. Up to 6 kills in this game. Absolutely insane. Welcome to PUBG Community Custom Games in 2026. My name is Jarasar, and that is not a plane, it's a helicopter, because we are starting tonight on Haven, of all things, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be delightful stuff. We are in for a game of Who Dares Wins. It's going to be a quick one, but it's going to be fantastic as well. Tiny, tiny map. We've got pillar guards and commanders. And that's particularly interesting because there are guns available. So who is going to try and get the guns off of them? Because frankly, everybody else has to settle for crossbows. This is going to be very exciting stuff indeed, and plenty of people going towards the north. I might keep an eye on Dell's driving school here because we have Workaziki, I think I got that right, and Sniper. They're relatively close by to this Garden Commander. However, there's going to be a fair bit of competition here. Ormalama dropping right next to Fury and Cassie. Let's go ahead and take a look. Ormalama and Natari. They are, of course, Labacorn. And you have to fight for the right to try and loot those guards and commanders. It's going to be tricky. We haven't got anyone pushing into them just yet, which means that pretty much everyone in the server is focusing on just having crossbows right now, which is lovely. Patrick first to die. Happy Hopping Hippos eliminating the Dino Crackers. That was quick. Playing as a solo, of course. Cassie and Fury are close-ish to the guards and commanders. And of course, you can see the guns available there. We've got an MP5, 2 vectors. And inside here, if we get all the way into the commander's layer, we've got an MG3. So that's pretty big stuff. Sniper and Co. choosing not to engage. We have got, however, Lord Plum going after a guard here. And that's just the one with the MP5. Forget the vectors and the MG3s. He's luring the guard out. Guard at the corner and moving further out now. Oh! Gets a hit off. Knows when the guard is reloading. That's very good timing. Aye! Won't quite make it though. And the guard takes out Lord Plum, I'm afraid. Again, big risk, big reward. Are we going for it? Sniper's thinking about it. He's circling. He is circling. Have we got any up top? We do not. Okay, good. We have a good old-fashioned crossbow showdown. Everyone in this game is going for maximum entertainment by the looks of things, and we're going with the crossbows. Merb is down. Copter on the other side of this rather giant pile of dirt. Pretty much directly underneath Natari. Hold your breath. She hasn't seen him. Hold your breath. Oh. Oh no. How do they not know? Ay, ay, ay. And he's going, hang on a second. How did that not kill? Wasn't a headshot, I'm afraid. Natari's probably going, wait. What happened here? Where on earth did I get shot from? Not that clear. Copter was directly underneath. Absolutely hilarious stuff. Merb continuing to bleed. Ormalama coming into support now. It's a 2v1. I think Copter's just been spotted. No, he hasn't. There were a couple of pixels of him, but I don't think Ormalama saw him. This is very interesting indeed. A third team's getting involved. That's the Happy Hopping Hippos off to the left. Kratzy down there. Tom Push is right next to them. Ormalama misses 2 shots. Either one of those, if they hit, would have taken Kratzy down. He's on very low health right now. Merb continuing to bleed out on about 1/3 HP now. Copter gets Kratzy. That's big because that's Tom's backup underneath. And as a result, Llamacorn will be able to hold this. Copter now making himself known. Takes a shot while missing against Llama. This is problematic. Natari will clean up. Bang Bang Chicken eliminated. That is Llamacorn. Kings and queens of Dirt Mountain. I don't know how to make that sound sexy. Apocalypse would do oh my goodness. 86 damage from Grizzly, who is hitting some sexy shots. Absolutely sexy shots. Grizzly could finish this fight. Fury coming down to push Apocalypse. Fury gets him. Is Grizzly going to make another unbelievable shot? He's hit so many good shots from the roof of this building. There's Cassie. Oh. I don't even know if they know he's here. He's hit like 4 really good shots and then none since I've been spectating him. I feel like Cast a Curse here is strong. Behind him there's a problem. Leroy knows. Leroy knows! Oh! That was so close to being a very, very sexy flashbang indeed. Door opens. We're not waiting. Oh no, the flashbang goes around the corner. Not massively helpful. And this now becomes a close quarters battle. Leroy choosing to disengage. Element of surprise gone. Now 7 teams left alive at the 10-minute mark. Nobody went for the guards and commanders and survived. That is unusual. Normally when we play this game mode, we get at least one player who just about manages to walk away with an SMG or something. But today it's crossbows only on Haven. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting indeed? For some reason, this helicopter doesn't seem too bothered by what's going on the bridge there. Oh, hello. What are you looking at me? You want to take out the observer, mate? Gift Scoff and Infecting needing to push in. They are Dave from Accounting pushing in against Dell's driving school. This could be problematic. 2 different teams looking at them right now. They should really prioritize getting into zone and then shooting backwards rather than having to deal with everything sideways. I think that's what they're doing now. This is the smart move. Hammy's hangout has been knocked by Sniper. Wikaziki has taken damage. There's someone else right next door, and that's Muddy Creek. Muddy Creek doesn't miss the second time. Gets Wikaziki down. Sniper aiming to go down with the pan throw. Doesn't work. He finishes off Hammy's hangout. Ooh. Oh, if that was loaded. This is very close indeed. Flashbangs out from Sniper. Defensive flashbang, dare I say. 144, that means it's a headshot to finish things off. Muddy Creek survives. His teammate is down, but Roadkill win that fight. Won't have very long to celebrate though, unfortunately, because they are getting targeted. That's Ormalama on top of the bridge, trying to clean up. Smokes out. Very, very sensible strategy. And the high ground won't be available to them for much longer because Phase 5 cuts out the highway. Good shots from Ormalama though. As soon as he jumped through that smoke, could instantly see where they were. Natari possibly going for a quick loot. They're going to have to be very quick so that they can move in. Let's take a look at what's happening over there. Infecting and Gift Scoff are right next door. $88 damage done with that bolt. Cassie returns the favor. They're in the smokes. Lots of flashbangs have gone on. Oh, and the blue's about to eat all of them. Cassie's walking into them! A pan blocks a bolt. I don't know whose bolt got blocked. Fury coming in now with a 1v2. Cassie's down. Infecting knock. Gift Scoff finish. That should have been a knock from Fury. It must have missed by centimeters. 24 HP needing to reload. 1v2 with the blue on their backs. Dave from Accounting, they're doing well. Fury now having to move out into the open. He's going to be first. Beating Gift Scoff and Infecting to the chase. They're going to have to move out quickly. Gift Scoff's now going to have to go through the blue zone. So is Infecting. Gets Fury. Allows his teammate to come in. What just happened there? Oh, decoy grenade. I was like, I'm pretty sure everybody is on crossbows here, but I could be wrong. It was another decoy grenade. Oh, Ormalama, 12 hit points in a dream. Natari is down. Ormalama goes down as well. Confuzzled Commandos eliminating Llama Corn before they get eliminated themselves. Dave from Accounting are 2 players left, and it is Free Range Chicken, Leroy Satan, the last player standing between Dave from Accounting and victory in this game. Closing the gap very boldly indeed. There are 2 of them managing to dodge all of the bolts so far, saying, you know what? I'm going to get as close as possible to the center here, and I don't want to loose a bolt until it's an absolute dead cert that I'm going to hit one of you. Reasonable way to play. That's a smoke grenade. Nothing too much to worry about. Here we go. Initial pan throw. Miss. Oh, I tell you what, if that bolt hit, that would have been interesting. As it stands, though, everyone's just jumping around. This is bad. Gets hit once, down to 30 HP. Here come the pans, and it is a pan shot. Infecting with the pan. Finishing the game with style. Dave from Accounting will finish the game in first place. Congratulations, chicken dinner to them. Commiserations to everyone else. Although, well done, Llamacorn, for maxing out on the damage. Welcome to game 2 of 5. It is laser tag here, ladies and gentlemen, in our PUBG community custom games. I am Jarazar. We are on board a helicopter again for the 2nd game in a row. Would you look at that? As we hop into Paramo, it's laser tag, SMGs galore. It's going to be ridiculous in the best possible way. We'll wait and see who ends up walking away victorious, but again, on a map we don't typically see anymore. Haven, sort of forgotten. Paramo, sort of forgotten. Novelty maps, but for custom games, absolutely amazing. Amateurs and Elite Partner are going very, very far to Atahul, and I think that's going to pay off because I don't think anybody else is heading to this. I guess we call it a city. It's an ancient ruin city, but it is a city, to be fair. Apocalypse and Lightbite have landed very close to the Confuzzled Commandos. Dr. Ison and Grizzly are pretty much next door. If we take a look out this window, for example, there's Grizzly. So at least that's a teammate territory. But then if we take a look on the other side, you know what? Apocalypse is not far. Muddy Creek gets a double with the UMP to begin with. I didn't even see how close they had landed to each other. My apologies for that. Hammy's hangout went down in the chaos, but manages to get revived, which means that Muddy Creek gets 2 kills and a squad wipe to their name. And we've only just started. Apologies, I can't believe I missed that. Who else is relatively close to each other? Murb and Copter. Up north, we've got Patrick in the lab. I can see Natari and Ormalama potentially running into Let Mike Smash and Ricker relatively quickly in this game, but honestly, it's all about McAlpa. Lord Plum might even be able to be a spoiler if a fight breaks out between these 2 duos in McAlpa. Don't know if his footsteps have been heard by Apocalypse and Co. If they have, they're not exactly jumping out to address it just yet. Choosing not to use the door and instead vaulting through the window, which I think is a very smart move. Oh, never mind. Using the door immediately on the way out. So that should have made a bit of noise. Do Lightbite and Apocalypse realize he's there? Let's keep an eye out on their movements. Are they turning around? Not yet. Doesn't look like it. Lightbite opting for the MP5. Excellent choice. Best gun in the game. Aha. Yes, they have heard. So they now know that there's someone else on the other side. That's going to make them far more wary. They're going to be moving so much more slowly now. Fury and Cassie, I don't know if they're going to want to try and push towards McAlpa, or if they're going to wait for people to push into them. Rigger has been knocked from what I can only describe as downtown. Let Mike Smash is nowhere close. So running to try and revive Rigger is going to be a little bit of a mission for Let Mike Smash. I do think his best choice is indeed to smash. Both players constantly shooting at the window. Mike does not have enough firepower to deal with this. First aid getting used pretty much straight away. Level 1 vest not helping as well. Lightbite finishes off Plum. Oh dear. Mike is properly pinned down now. Rigger down to about 1/3 health. Not much that can be done here, unfortunately. He needs to think of something. I'm not sure, though. Anything can be done. He runs behind. He's not going to be able to get rigger, but he's going to be able to run south. That's interesting. Why are we choosing to run this way into the zone? Does that help get us away? It does, actually. Okay. Now, though, back in McAlpa. Ison and Grizzly getting awfully close now to Lightbite and Apocalypse. Lightbite being very patient, looking over the wall. Sees that Ison is in there. Can't do anything about it just yet. Now, while they're focused there, where's Grizzly? Grizzly's on the other side. Does that help at all? Might be able to see Lightbite. Oh yeah, he sees Lightbite. One shot to get that right, and he does! Using the UMP for long range, there's a lower fire rate on the UMP, meaning that it's a little bit easier to control the recoil. Apocalypse now has a player from both angles. And that's beautifully executed there. Grizzly came in first. Dr. Ison coming in afterwards to finish off with a beautiful spray. Good teamwork, and it does mean the Confuzzled Commandos are now Kings of McAlpa for what that's worth, because Gift Scoff and Infecting have the potential to pop by here very, very soon indeed. Patrick goes down. He went solo to Lab, if I recall correctly, and that was down to Amateurs. Whereabouts is Amateurs? Oh, hang on just a second. We have to go here. Leroy Satan and Kratzy right next to each other. We've got Tommy Gun versus Tommy Gun here as well, which is particularly interesting. Now remember, Leroy is behind the door, so you can't just chuck a flashbang in there and assume it will work. There might be a standoff that lasts a little while, actually. There's Amateurs and Elite Partner. Alright, so Patrick made it all the way in there solo from Lab. A little bit of a pity. Dr. Ison and Grizzly. Oh, running into crossfire there. Grizzly down. Gift Scoff also down. And Dr. Ison, given the distance between the teams, appears to be prioritizing the revive. He is prioritizing the revive, knowing that it would take much longer for the other team to rush, and if they were going to rush, they'd hear the footsteps. They should be able to hear Infecting from here. That was a very, very bold move. Infecting now goes down. Dr. Ison takes him out, and they can afford to wait and heal. Confuzzled Commandos now very much in the upper hand position. Flank easily possible from Dr. Ison. We might have the social butterflies coming out very soon as well. That's a problem. You can see them over there. Infecting gets finished. There's Gift Scoff, but take a look at who's behind. You can see this fight playing out. There's another squad behind them as well. That's Hammy's Hangout in Muddy Creek, so suddenly Sine's not so clear what they want to do. Grizzly's also there. My god. There's at least 4 different teams here. Grizzly gets headshot. And some shots from way downtown. Who is that? That is Cassian Fury. Imagine landing a couple of those and getting Grizzly here. I think they did actually hit a bullet or two. Muddy Creek and Hammy's Hangout could be the ones to mop this up, but we'll wait and see. Here comes Dr. Ison. He's going for it. Gets him. Good teamwork there. Dr. Ison, once again, the finishing touches on a beautiful team fight. His teamwork with Grizzly is excellent stuff. So well done. And they're leaving the scene of the crime so that everyone else can go and deal with the fallout. Sine's here. Still biding his time as the social butterflies. Being very antisocial right now, it has to be said. The Confuzzled Commandos and Roadkill are fighting each other, and I don't think either of them knows that Sine's is sort of caught in the middle. Leroy Satan continuing to haul himself up in a compound. Copters just to the north of him. That is a big shift for those two. Got basically a 2 o'clock hard shift for our next zone. What does the terrain look like for Elite Partner and Amateurs? Let's take a look. That's not awful, you know. And then once they're in... Okay, this is pretty awful. Kratzy's open fire, allowing Cassie and Fury to know that a fight is going on behind them. I don't think they're going to push in on this, though, Cassie and Fury, because they are effectively dealing with a fight that's further out of the circle compared to their current position. Strategically, there's just no real advantage to them doing that. Sine's comes out of hiding. Muddy Creek stood no chance, and Hammy's Hangout's going, hang on a second, what's going on here? Oh no! And just as he lines up against the second player, Grizzly and Dr. Ison say, you know what, now's the time to collect the change. Hammy's Hangout will not get revenge, but the player who killed his teammate is at least out of the game. Copter getting a long-range kill, but getting spotted at the same time by Elite Partner. Manages to move quickly enough, though, that doesn't end up being a kill. Murab, unfortunately, out of the game at this point, so there's no knocks for Bang Bang Chicken anymore. Atari coming to Ormalama's aid. We've got Fury and Cassie still playing the long-range game here. They're pretty much center of circle as well, so there's no real need for them to do anything about that, at least not just yet. After Rigger went down, Mike very much playing the stealth role here. That's a big backpack, but I don't think he's been noticed. He's gonna have to move into zone after Grizzly and Dr. Ison, otherwise they will just gatekeep that to high heaven. Atari on the Mosquito there, but a stealth mode as a giant rock in the middle of a still pond. Fury getting a beautiful long-range headshot onto Copter. And now here come the Keyboard Warriors. Elite Partner and Amateurs against Fury and Cassie. We've got Ormalama and Natari on the other side, though, so it's not that straightforward. It's effectively a three-way fight if they choose to keep it open. I like that they're wrapping around early. On board with Fury. Gathering as much information as possible. Footsteps directly in front. Sees them flashing across. I like the retreat as well. That's very important, to move further back while you're being shot. Because while you're getting third party, you don't want the guys who are originally being targeted by you to also join the fight and make it a 2v1. So that's why Fury was moving back behind this warehouse. That was a smart move, and it meant that Dr. Ison couldn't maximize the effectiveness of what he just did. Let Mike Smash might still play spoiler here. He's very much the unknown quantity in this fight. Natari still racing around on the bike. I did think that was a little bit optimistic. Elite Partner does not miss. And that's the MP5. Gunning her down. Ormalama coming in for revenge. Won't get it. And surprisingly, that is a flawless victory. Elite Partner and Amateurs both at 100 HP at the end of that. So Ormalama with the low ground disadvantage there. Unfortunately bowing out. It does mean we have our final 4 teams. We've got the Confuzzled Commandos, the Bullet Sponges, the Keyboard Warriors, and Pandemonium. Duking it out. 30 seconds left in phase 6 before the circle drops even further inwards. That Mike Smash spotted by Grizzly. Don't know how you spot that, but well done. Elite partner down. Dr. Ison coming in to mop up once again. Up to 6 kills in this game. Absolutely insane. Make that 9 for the team. Fury is right next to them, and now the only player standing in their way. The Confuzzled Commandos have had an absolutely brilliant game. Can they close this out, though? Fury's a very, very dangerous player. Spotted behind the wall. Unfortunately, he can't dodge both of them at once. Grizzly gets the final kill. The Confuzzled Commandos up to double digits. Really strong stuff there. 10 kills, and they take home the chicken dinner in game number 2.